If you want a guy to become obsessed with you, these are 3 things you need to start doing now. And this is based on me coaching a lot of men and also just male psychology. The first thing you're gonna do is tap into his hero instinct. Now, a lot of girls have a tough time with this because obviously they're like, I can do everything for myself. But the thing is, men love to feel needed. And I'm not saying be a damsel in distress. I'm just saying ask him for an opinion or for help with something, and he will be so eager to help you out. The next thing you're gonna do is lay on the appreciation. Now, and you might be like, why do I need to do that? Because men are fueled by their ego. And if you're saying, thank you, I appreciate that so much, he's gonna have a massive confidence boost and he will feel like he's adding a lot of value into your life. And the last tip is to show him that a girl like you needs to be earned. I know you might be like, well, how do I do that? You're gonna start operating by appointment only, but you're gonna do it in a really sweet way. For example, if he wants to get together last minute, just politely decline and say you're busy, and don't tell him what you're busy with, okay? The less details, the better. And give him another day that you're free. Because if you don't respect your own time, he's not gonna respect it. Follow for more and good luck.
All right, this coaching queen has some points that may have hit close to the mark. Maybe not a bullseye, but scored a prize. Let's use her own numbers. 1. Hero instinct. Starting off here, it's evident. This advice is geared towards boss babes. Honestly, queen, you just quoted a line from His Secret Obsession by James Bauer, a book with mixed reviews at best from mostly women. The point is, if a woman is going to fake wanting a traditional female role in hopes of getting a relationship, sooner or later, it will fall apart. 2. Again, she is obviously tailoring these tips to boss babes. I'm not saying her tips are bad. What I am saying is it's almost shocking that grown women actually have to be told to appreciate and compliment men. How exactly is this such a mystery to modern women? No need to answer that. It's all about empowerment. Here's the funny thing. I'm old enough to remember a time men could give women compliments at work without fear of an M2 HR backlash. Women effectively kill that, and with it, their understanding of the two-way street compliments are. 3. Make him earn you. Fam, let me point out the not so obvious. The type of men most queens want are HVMs, also known as the top 20%. These men have options. The amount of beautiful women who want to be with them isn't very low. I'm not saying be desperate. I am saying keep in mind that medical surgeon who asked you out to dinner has limited time. If he can't count on you, he can easily find another woman with a more reliable schedule. Ladies, think of it this way. If a Walmart cashier asked you to Netflix and chill last minute, you would LOL super quick. If Zac Efron contacted you and said he was sending a limo to pick you up in 3 hours, are you really gonna flake on him? Yeah, that's what I thought. Moving on.
4 reasons why it's way better to meet your person in your 30s. Number 1, you're no longer dating people who have potential. You're dating the complete full package, somebody who is already who they want to be. 2, you're already financially stable, so you can do whatever you want. You can go take an amazing trip, you can get better gifts from this person, all of the things. 3, the timeline is pretty much out the window. You already know yourself. You know who you want. You know what it looks like when they come into your life. So the timeline is up to you. Number 4, you by now know how to handle your emotions so much better. You've done the work on yourself, so you're not going to be running into these roadblocks and fighting as much as you might have if you met in your 20s.
Oh, queen. Before I say anything on her tips, I have to point out she said meet your person. This does not specifically mean the man to start a family with, so it can be assumed she may be implying single parents meeting in their 30s. That said, let's go. You don't have to date potential. This shows clearly women are gunning for the HVMs in their 30s. The problem with that is women in their 30s are competing with women in their 20s. You're financially stable. Wow, queen, you're already thinking vacations and gifts from these men. Guess who is getting the lion's share of that? Yeah, women in their 20s. The timeline is out the window. Her explanation was an elegant way of saying the baby factory is shutting down, which in turn kind of hurts the chances of an LTR with an HVM who wants little ones. You've done the work on yourselves. Her explanation of fighting less and emotional control, I do not agree with, especially when a woman is set in her ways. I'm not saying men are better. I am saying hormonal changes are definitely on the horizon there, queen. Nah, son, turning 30 does not give a woman the superpower of, I have decided not to start any more fights. That's like saying female praying mantis stopped trying to eat the male after mating because of reasons. Dang, son, I guess men have to do like the male praying mantis. Do everything in their power to avoid being eaten. Moving on.
Okay, why men should always pay on dates. This is a debate that is as old as the tale of time. Should the girl pay? Should the guy pay? Should they go Dutch? So I'm going to break down for you why the man should always pay for the dates. Some people will say, oh, well, he should pay for the date because I had to pay to get my hair done. I had to pay for my makeup, yada yada. And that is literally all kids stuff. Like your $50 foundation, let's move on to something more solid. The reason that a man should always pay for the dates is because when a man and a woman go on a date together, the woman's time is more valuable.
Oh, this is gonna be rich. This queen said it. Her time is more valuable. Before we get into her explanation as to the why a woman's time is more valuable, let me point out to any of my female viewers who agree with that, how self-defeating that statement is. Ladies, if you absolutely believe that men and women are equal, the statement from this queen immediately wipes that out and places the dynamic of greater worth. And when you do that, well, for every action there's a reaction, and that reaction is men will start pointing out how their time is more valuable, or they simply aren't going to deal with you. Ladies, the moment you place the value exchange for men to pay for your time, men are going to think, oh, this queen is for sale. My female viewers just gasp as they realize this means they put themselves on the Thought 99 special.
Now let me explain what I mean. First of all, whether you like it or not, women are highly, highly valued for what they look like. Men are too, but definitely not to the same extent. And looks fade over time. So when you're going out on a date with a guy, he is literally taking up an hour, 2 hour, whatever, how many hours of your life that you could be spending with someone else. And he does not suffer the same repercussions as you do for that time if it's wasted because he is a man. Men are not judged on what they look like as much as women are. Secondly, men and women are literally different biologically. Meaning that I, as a woman, have a limited time that I can have children. Men really don't. So if you're going to take up my time, which is inherently more valuable because looks fade and I need to have children by a certain age, then the least you could do is pay for the date.
I agree when this young queen said women are valued in the dating market by physical looks and they fade. There are several other factors, but looks make up a big chunk of a woman's SMV, along with youth. She also said that women have a limited time to have children. Again, this young queen was speaking facts there. Unfortunately, that is not enough justification to mandate men to pay any of her things. Let's put it this way, queen. 30% of men in the US are currently not intimately active. Does that mean because they are having personal issues, you should always sleep with them, especially when it doesn't cost you any money? Of course not. The point is, the facts she mentioned are personal issues. In the military, there's a saying, your lack of planning does not constitute an emergency on my part. Ladies, I understand you may all be thinking I'm sounding like a jackass right now, but be honest. If you go on a date with a guy and you make it clear he is not entitled to sleeping with you in the same way, you are not entitled to him paying for your food. Basically, he doesn't have to pay for your Big Mac and you don't have to give him your milkshake. I'm just saying, if you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.